Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting live. Today is Sunday, March 15th. So Sunday. Hope everyone is just changing out the foot on my machine. If you are new to my channel, head down that way and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, get notifications when I'm live. And don't forget to like my videos and share them. All right, guys. So today, you noticed you have probably noticed I came on earlier. And that is because I was loading the frame. Hold on. We only have one device going. The other one is for a child today. So it's almost time, but not yet. Hi, Sandy. All right. Can we have the comments now? I'm taking this away from you so that I can do my stuff.
I'll sit next to you now.
Yep, you can come sit with Tiffy. We'll say hi to everybody that's coming on. So we have a video to see because I can't see everybody's comments this way. All right. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. Okay, so say hi. Do your spiel that you want to do. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Anna. Hi, Linda. Hi, Teresa. Hi, guys. Hi, Ann. Say hi to everybody. Hi. Triana. Oh, right there. That camera. Say hi, everyone. I'm here, but quilting. Gotta keep going. I know I really wanted to start quilting when I came on earlier, but I had to walk away so that I could do it tomorrow. I just wanted it loaded on the frame, and I just figured I'd come on and share that, you know, because I had nothing else better to do at the time. So they're all saying hi, Triana. Hey. Hey. Say hi. Look, they're saying hi. You want to show them that Tiffy finished your pillow that Teresa gave you? Here. Show them Tiffy finished your pillow for you. Go show everyone. Climb up in the chair and say, look, everyone. Tiffy finished my pillow from Teresa. Hey, show them.
I want to take this home later.
Show everyone. Say, Tiffy stuffed it for me.
And stuffed this for you.
Yeah.
Teresa.
No, for you.
For me.
That's from Teresa. And Tiffy put stuffing in it.
What's inside?
What's inside? Stuffing. Fluff.
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 Hey guys, welcome to my quilting show. This is how green fuzzy.
Yeah. This is your quilting show?
It comes
with your pillow. Did you break it off? Oh, Tiffy's gonna have to sew it back on. Oi.
What happened?
That's okay. Tiffy will sew it back on.
Sorry. Sorry, Tiffy.
It's okay. Tiffy will put it back on. Don't know how I'll put it back on, but I'll put it back on.
Tiffy, will you do it?
No, you can't do it. Tiffy will do it later. All right, watch out.
No.
You have to get on my lap. That's the only way. Oh man, it's killing my screen out. My live stream. I'm on live stream, Max. Here, take. Okay, go out there and talk. Oops, I did me off. Anyway, I was trying to clean up in here so that I can get specific things done. And I was going to work on the blocks from last week. I made a star block. If you guys remember, last Sunday I made this. So I'm going to make the second one now. And then for the life of me, I cannot find the white on white fabric that I had for this project. I don't know what I did with it. I had white on white fabric, and it's not the same as I used in the original quilt, but it's white on white. For the life of me, I don't know where I put it. I had some, and I don't know where it is. That means I have to search this whole room from top to bottom because I put it somewhere. I know I did. So I'll get that done, but I'm gonna at least make the stars first. Let me see who else is on here because she took my only source of reading without it going away right away. All right, they all said hi. So let's see. We got Judy, Carla, Joe, and June. All right. So I'm going to come in front and turn the whole thing, and we're going to lay out another star. Remember, I did have triangles cut, but all I have to do is cut the background fabric for the outer squares. And remember, I just chose 7" because like I'm just literally chopping off the edge. It's a perfect square. So I'm going to come right here, face this down so that you could see. And I'm also going to go close my door. Okay. So I'm going to chop this into square real quick. So I'm just folding it in half. And it should be about 7 inches. And then I'm going to fold this in half again.
I don't know how to turn off magazine. It's not cutting out and all blurry. I don't know
Oh,
how
just press the whatchamacallit button, the hang up button.
Okay, I think she's even saying she's gonna hang up. It's all blurred and she keeps
Okay,
cutting
just press the hang up button, and then she knows where her kid games are.
out. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna chop that end off. I'm gonna turn it because that was just the fold, and I'm gonna put this as close to the fold as possible on this side. And now I should have 4 pieces of fabric for my corners, and I already have my side triangles, so that's done and out of the way. So all I need to do now is lay this out. And again, I didn't remember last week how I laid it out, so I probably won't remember how I had it laid out 2 weeks ago now. So I'm probably just going to lay these out like this and see what happens. I know I had it somehow, some way, so we'll see. I think I had these on the inside because that's what it's starting to look like. So I'll just lay these out.
This is still my tablet. This is still my tablet.
Okay, well, she could play with the tablet.
No.
Close the door, please.
Okay.
Thank you. So obviously we'll have a little visitor in here because she likes being in here. All right, so I think it was like this, honestly. I don't see no colors matching next to each other. Looks pretty equal to me.
Oh, no.
So all I need to do is I'm going to take off all these little dog ears real quick and then start sewing, because I'll just do it now and that way I don't have to do it later. So I'm just going to trim all these off real quick on the blocks that do have them. Some do, some do not. These ones do.
1, 2.
That way they don't get stuck in the machine. Triana, go out there. You're being talked to. All right, so today is going to be one of those days that has kids in it. Take it away from her, please, then. All right, so I'm going to sew these in quadrants like this. And I'm going to go steal a tablet from a baby, and I will be right back. Just look at this, guys. All right, let's go back on the live stream with this. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to start sewing these together, and I'll put the camera where you guys can see. Shh, Tiffy's doing something. You have to be quiet. Go play. Play with Sissy.
No.
Yes. All right. Let's bring you guys back over here, and I'll just start picking them up and sewing them.
Here, where's the stupid thing?
It's on my thing now. She'll be fine without it. Okay, 2 seconds again, guys. Here. Take this with you. YouTube Kids, there you go. Looks like I don't have a background thing. Triana, go sit with Sissy.
No.
Don't let her drop it.
Leave me alone.
Don't let her drop it.
Leave me alone.
How rude. How rude. I'm sorry, guys, about that. Oh, these kids. Kids. All right. Back to where I was. I guess you guys know that's my life. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, I'm going to line these up, same as any diamonds. Crossing over a 1/4 inch. This side don't have one because the tip is already gone. I should be able to just go right on down. And it's not sewing. It isn't my luck today. Maybe I should have stuck with the long arm. Anyway, I have no way to see comments unless they pop up, guys. So I'll scroll through them before I start sewing more. Okay, look under sewing table. Hi, Tiff. Hi, Linda. Hi, Luann. Oh, just look over. That's pretty. Maybe put your white material away when you were putting all the new. I probably did, most likely. Hi, Liz. Late getting here. I am making the star from last week, but I'm making the second one for pillow shams. Their kid life wants to cry and get out their way. Anyway, hi, Linda. Today is your birthday, Liz. Well, happy birthday to you. Everybody wish her a happy birthday. All right, again, and if it doesn't line up perfectly, I don't care, but guess what? It actually matched. Look at that. Right where it was supposed to. All right, so I'm going to put this here. I'm going to grab the next one. Put them right sides together.
Be nice.
She has to come up. Nobody can see her down
Oh, well,
there.
she doesn't know. Just say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Alright.
Be a good girl.
Hold on, Tiffany's sewing. I can't use the knee lift when she's on my lap.
Well, she doesn't need to stay on her lap. You want me to take her down? She's just
Why
trying
aren't
to come
you
in and say
watching your
hi.
YouTube kids with your sissy?
She's doing a fit because Sissy hasn't.
Oh, and that one matched up nicely. Oops. So that's what I'm looking for with all of these. Is nice matching
My
points.
friend.
So I'm just picking them up over there, putting them right sides together.
We go play outside.
No, Scotty's eating, and then you can go. Ooh, that one hangs over quite a bit. Let's put this one on. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys, I love working with diamonds. I don't know why, even if they don't come out like this one didn't, because I'm not. See, that's way off.
Sky, can my parent just send that for me?
Who's in this?
Teresa did.
All
I just
right.
stuffed it, but she just popped
That's
the
pretty.
top off, and I got to figure out how to put it back on.
You say thank you, Teresa?
Yes, she did.
Okay. That's pretty.
This one on top of this one.
Is the neighbor lady on watching any of your stuff ever?
Nope.
See her?
Nope.
Should we please fix it right now?
I can't
No,
fix it right
she's
now.
working.
Tiffy has to hand sew that.
She's working on her stuff. China, just stand here and say hi. You don't need to be on Tiffy's lap the whole time.
And another non-matcher. My goodness. Oh,
You coming out?
reach over, grab another.
Listen. What should I do?
Shh, hold on. Oh, that's a little bit better. Hey, I'm just like off my game today. The first one's good, and the rest are like,
Hey, guys,
ah,
welcome
humbug.
to my.
Okay, you don't have to be loud, please. Ouch.
Hey, welcome to my Batman.
Is this a Batman show now?
Happy birthday, Teresa.
That's not Teresa. It's Liz. It's Liz's birthday. Say happy birthday, Liz.
Happy birthday, yes.
Why don't you sing her happy birthday? Say happy birthday to you. You know how to do it. Sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. What's her name?
Liz.
Yes. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy scissors. Happy scissors. Happy birthday. Happy scissors. Why scissors? This is Linda.
No, Liz.
Yeah.
It's Liz's birthday.
Tiffany, welcome to my Batman show that fine good,
Come
guys.
on. I'm trying to pull something off the screen because it popped up. All right.
Hey, Mr. Happy. So, you know, this is the Tiffany's app.
She said you are so cute.
The bandit.
No, that's not a band-aid.
I have
That's called string. You don't wrap string around your finger like that.
a string.
All right, one more. Are you supposed to jump on that? I don't think so at all. All right, so now that I have all these, now I'm going to cut the dog ears off of these on the sides, and I'm not even going to bother pressing. I am just going to build my thing, and again, I'm just going to press it when I get to it because I didn't even plug. Oh, I did plug the iron in. Never mind, I can press. I just have to turn it on.
Hey guys, welcome to my quilting show. No, Tiffany, move. I want to say hi.
Oh, well, you can say hi. They can see you perfectly fine.
Hey guys, welcome to my mommy's. This is her water.
No, that's Tiffy's water.
This is Tiffany's water. This is her
What is this? What is this called?
scissors.
No, what is this called?
A shine screen.
A sewing machine.
A shine machine.
Sewing machine.
Hey, these are scissors.
Yep, you're not supposed to touch them. Those are snips.
Snips.
That's a seam ripper.
Seam ripper.
Seam ripper.
Seam ripper. Hey guys, this is just
It's a magnetic pin holder.
make his whole folder. It's a folder.
It's for pins.
pins.
Yep, pins. All right, guys, I'm going to turn the camera over to the pressing, and I'm just going to pull one piece over at a time and press them.
Hey guys. Guys. Guys.
Shh, you can talk. Just be quiet. You don't have to yell. You don't have to yell while Tiffy's working. You can talk nicely, okay? Talk nicely. I'm gonna like iron and put them right back where they go. No, no, no touch. Hey, what did I say? No touch.
Try to make her birthday. Happy birthday to Teresa.
No, it's not Teresa's birthday. That was last time. Well, at least you guys know if you have a birthday coming up and she's here, she'll sing it to you. But she'll say every single name in the book until she gets to your name.
Tiffany, maybe have that, please.
No, that's my iron.
Why?
Why? Because that's for iron and it's hot. See, hot. See, hot. No touch. How to get a kid not to touch an iron? Show them that it's hot.
Note this ring.
Hope today's show is not too loud and annoying and obnoxious.
Hey
and
guys.
everything in between.
This is come from Mommy's birthday.
No,
No,
that's Tiffy's measuring tape.
Measuring that tape.
Measuring tape.
Measuring that tape.
Not imaginary, measuring. All right. So here is the star.
2,
See right there? Look at that.
5,
It's not really laying nicely. So it's going to be separated into quadrants like this. Okay. And then
8.
one of these each for right here. I don't know how well you can even see. Put that away right now. What did I tell you about measuring tape? Thank you. And find the pretty side. That would be that side. Definitely. Can I have that, please? Thank you. Stop touching. Shh. You're supposed to be a good girl. If you're going to hang with Tiffany, you have to be good.
Tiffany, I want to go drop Destin again.
Nope. He's at the movies with CJ. And then these 4 squares
He wants to come
are
back.
about 7 inches.
That may not stop it.
7 1/4 inches. Because they're just whatever I made them.
Stop.
You want your butt spanked in front of the whole world? Because I will do it.
I'm going to take a picture.
Okay. So that's how it's going to go. I'm going to put it together this first, then this one, then this one, and then I'll put them together by adding these. And it's all Y seams because I'm doing one solid piece. So I'm going to turn this back around and up. And I'll pick them up and work. You have to sit on Tiffy's lap. You cannot sit way over there like that.
Please.
If you're going to be doing the show, you have to be good.
Thank you.
Hold on. Whoa! That wasn't supposed to happen, guys. Sorry. Sorry for the road trip. Take a spill. See you next fall.
Tiffy, why me?
All right, let's see. Are you going live when you quilt tomorrow? Just wondering because I have questions. I'm hoping to be able to go live while I'm quilting. I prefer the live streaming as opposed to making and editing videos. So yeah, most likely going live. If I can squeeze live in, because with video, the only thing that's kind of easier about making videos is I can make it and then I can stop it and then make some more when I get a chance to make more of the video and then stop it and make more. With live stream, I have to be there the whole entire time.
Go outside. Bye.
All right, go outside and play then.
Yeah, say bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye to everyone.
Bye, everyone. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
All right, so I'm going to start with sewing these
Love you
two
too.
together. I love you too. First, so I'm going to put them right sides together and I'm going to sew all the way up to about 1/4 inch
Is that ready to go
away.
post office tomorrow?
No, I have to find an envelope, remember?
Okay.
So I'm going to line them up. I'm also going to oppose these seams and snip away the dog ear that has been created because I didn't really focus on any of that kind of stuff when I was putting this together. So at least some seams will match up perfectly. Stop the needle down in that seam and I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch away from this edge. This is how diamonds are put together in a star. I kind of just eyeball it after so long, but you can mark your 1/4 inches. So there's 1/4 inch away from the edge. I'm going to open it up like this. So this is just like last time I'm doing Y seams so that you guys can learn. So I'm going to start by putting this one over like this. And I'm going to line it up 1/4 inch away from the edge as if this whole entire seam was right there coming to the end of this block. I'll lift this up, put my needle down in that notch. And I'm going to make sure that my presser foot is where it needs to be. You take 1 stitch forward and 1 stitch back. And sew on down. And then open this up. And now I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to move everything out of the way. Lining it up so it looks kind of funky. See, it's folded weird. But now this side is lining up. And put go down this side, and I'm going to stop where the seam is. And I even back stitched. And I'm just going to let it lay whatever way the seam wants to lay, and then I'll finger press it in that direction. So there is a beautiful Y seam. They come quite easy to me. Last week I showed you guys more in depth, up close. All right. So there is my one piece. I'm going to put this back and make another one. Again, pull these up. Also going to bring you guys closer so that you can see. I have no comments again because nobody brought me the tablet back in here. So I'll have to read them in a moment. So I'm going to line these up. And some of these, the ends have been chopped off, so they are a little bit on the wonky side. Ooh, those are opposing. Let's just line them up right. And I'm going to stop 1/4 inch away from the edge. Take a back stitch. So again, that's 1/4 inch away. Like that. I'm going to finger press it open for now. Put this down a little. Okay, so this is going to be right here. So I'm going to take this one side down first, moving everything out of the way. It doesn't really matter what side you do first, as long as you're lining up where this seam would have came down onto your background fabric. And you can pin it if you want. I'm not going to bother. Actually, I should do the other side first because of my position that I'm sewing. So I'm going to pull it down a little using that seam folded back down as my guide. I was so in depth last week on Sunday for this that hopefully you guys were able to understand. I can bring like a piece close though in a second. Let me put the needle down in here. I'll bring the camera close so that you can see after this piece. I'll do it on the next one. I'll put the camera up here with me. And I don't really need to go all the way down. That one seems like it wants to lay this way, so I'm going to press it. Fold this one over now onto it. It's right here at the end. So both line up. Come down right here. As soon as I see my stitch, pop that in, and there's another one. So let me press this and grab the next one. Okay, so there's this, and it's nice and pressed. So let me bring the next pieces over, and I'll put the camera in front of me. It's a little bit harder to sew with the camera in front of me, but I'll do it anyway for those to see. I'm gonna remove my presser foot for a second so that I can put this right here even. All right. Focused, focused, focused. All right, you guys can see good. Sorry for the wiggling and movement. I'm going to start with these two pieces. So I'm going to put them together, line them up under the machine. So I'm going to line these two seams right here so they're nested. So look at how flat that is when they're nested. Line it up. It may look funky, but now I'm going to come up. Oh, you can't see it yet. And I'm going to stop 1/4 inch. Look at the bottom of this. I'm going to stop 1/4 inch away from this edge. So it'll be about right here. So see where that pin is marking it? I'm going to hold the pin there, take it all the way to the machine. One more stitch and then back. Break it. Lift it out. finger press it open. I'm going to do it kind of over there a little. Now I'm going to grab this piece right here, put it on. I'm going to start by putting this side over first. And where this seam would have gone to the edge, see? So where this piece would have gone to the edge of that block, I'm going to line it up at that edge, okay? And then I'm going to slide it under the machine and I'm going to put my needle down in that 1/4 inch ending where I last ended. Take 1 stitch forward, 1 stitch back, line the rest of it up, and sew on down. I don't have my knee lift being used right now. I unplugged it specifically for this. So now I would just, it seems like it wants to lay that way, so I'm going to press it that way. I'm going to turn the whole thing. Yeah. Now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to fold this one back on there, and it should automatically, see this up close? It should automatically line up with the edge of the block and the edge where my 1/4 inch seam would be. So that would still create a 1/4 inch seam on that back fabric. See that? So I'm going to bring it in, holding that down nice and flat, line everything up. Come in on the end and sew right up to the bottom of the screen. Bring you really close. Focus. There we go. I'm going to come right up to that right there. So I'm in that exact seam, 1 stitch forward, 1 stitch back, and break it. And then let's put this down for a second. Lift that, lay it down. It wants to lay this way, and there it is, right there. So it's a perfect Y seam. So now I just need to press it. Let's turn the camera back around. Put you guys right here. So let me press this one real quick. Put my knee lift back in, which is just a wonderful bar that looks like this. Most little machines do not have a knee lift. It's mainly the bigger machines, bigger throat machines and so on that have a knee lift. It'd be nice if the littler ones did. Okay, so there that is. Throw that out of the way and do the last one. So it will be going like this again. So that's how it goes. So I will start by sewing these two together. I'm going to line them up. I'm going to nest that seam, which the one is going the wrong way. So I'm going to make it go the way I need it to go. And I'm going to stop 1/4 inch away from the edge. Open it up. Seems to want to lay that way, so that's the way it's just going to lay. So now that that's there, this will go here. I'm going to do this side first. So I'm going to lay this on there, moving that out of the way. So that little piece will come. I'm lining a block up in the first place. Put it under, drop my needle. Take a step forward, a stitch back, and sew on down. Open it up. Seems like it wants to roll that way, so that's the way I will finger press. Now to attach this side, put it right sides together. Line up that end. I think I took 1 stitch too far on that last one. Just wasn't paying attention. Get that stitch out of there. There we go. And don't be scared when you go 1 stitch too far. It's no big deal. Just line everything back up after you pull the 1 stitch out and get going. So I'm just going to hold it where it needs to sit. Oops. I unadjusted things. And right up to it. And there's that one stitch too far on the front side. Let's pull those out of the way. Sometimes you can see them because it will create like this fold. You don't want that. There we go. Pull that piece out. But sometimes that happens. All right, so there's another one. I'm going to press this in the way that it wants to lay. Okay. Let me read some comments. Let me turn this way because now all 4 of those are done. Hey guys. All right. I don't know what you guys are all saying, so we're going to kind of look. Hi, Kim. Oh, all right, busy mama. They're not even mine either. Hi, Cindy. I kind of figured you dozed off, Kim. She's adorable and she has me laughing out loud. Awesome. Are you going? Okay, let's see. Okay, thanks. Hey, can I have the tablet back now that they're gone, please? So I can read comments. And a cold water, that would be great. Sounds good to me. I could go to sleep. Same here too. Hi, Jim, by the way. I didn't know if I said it earlier. I had to wake up to take my night meds. Okay, guys, so let's.
She was saying it's so crazy they're trying to stop interstate flights, so you better check on Tuesday before leaving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Maxine
She
is.
might be stuck.
Here, let's just pull you guys up here for a moment. Scott won't come on screen, but I will.
No,
So-
I'm gonna be over here.
We got a notice today, well, he saw online that they closed Arizona schools. Now, I can understand if the outbreak is in that specific county for schools to close, but the whole entire state, that's a
Ours are
totally
still
different
open.
thing.
No, you
So
looked it
I
up.
looked it up online. Our schools, because within a 200-mile radius, there is no coronavirus. Our schools will still be open until further notice. But now their mom just came and picked them up. The girls, left. And their mom was just telling Scott that now they want to close interstate travel, the flying part. Maxine is in California and flies back on Tuesday. So if they close that, that will suck because I'm supposed to drive to Vegas on Tuesday
She
to
has
get her from an airport.
People at work
Yeah.
who have friends that work in stuff. They're shutting down restaurants and everything and casinos.
Yeah.
She has one friend, her sister, whatever, is coming to live with her for a few months till they open it back up because she works at, I forget which casino. Well, one of the restaurants at the casino. So
You
she's
guys
coming
hear
here. It's getting that crazy over nothing.
Hi, June. All right, guys. So put this video in fast back on. Oh, look. Never mind. I was going to say the kitty came in here to say hi, but he ran off as soon as I tried to grab him. All right. So where was I? So yeah, this whole coronavirus thing is everybody's took all the toilet paper for people like me with irritable bowel disease. Like I said earlier, people like me need it. And it sucks that everybody else is taking it. I mean, we have toilet paper here, but we will eventually run out. Ooh. Okay, so let's go back to this. I need to, we'll just leave the camera up here so you can see. I need to take these ends off right here. See how they stick out? I need to take all those off. So I'm going to square these up with the block by just going like this, lining it up nice and straight and taking that off, and any excess because there's like little itty bitty pieces. So I'm just going to trim that off, make it nice and straight. Throw those in the trash because I don't save those kind of scraps. I'm going to take this piece and do it as well. Line it up. Chop it off, toss it away. So the country has gone mad. That's all I got to say. It's the media's fault. They make it crazy. Make everybody worry. And I've been watching videos on YouTube about people that have been affected by the coronavirus. And according to them, it's not horrible. The only ones that was horrible for was the little old man that was in one of the videos I watched because he's a type 2 diabetic. Another lady said that she had pneumonia before, and this is nothing compared to that. The only thing that she didn't like was the shortness of breath part. So, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about it. It's starting to annoy me. People are in a panic. All right. So, now to sew all these together and their little connectors. So, that's what I'm going to do, and it's all Y seams again. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. Thanks for coming over from Sandy's channel. All right, let's go back. Damn. Sorry, guys. I don't usually say bad words. It fell out of the case this time. I don't know why I can't turn this thing without it freaking going mad crazy on me. Hi, Jaded. Okay.
She was also saying grocery stores are opening later, so they have more time to stock, so I can't go to Smith's super early.
Oh, that sucks. All right, so I'm going to start with one of these quadrants. And another one of these quadrants. And I'm going to put these two together, and then I'm going to leave my opening at the end, just the same as anything else. And Scott is in here to read comments if needed, because he's in here.
Yeah, I'm not going for groceries now with all this insanity. I'm going to go tomorrow morning, whatever time they open, and I'll look it up there.
All right, so I'm going to sew all the way till I have about 1/4 inch left. I'm also going to nest the seam right here.
Hi, everyone.
So I got about 1/4 inch right there. Break it open. Slide it one way. Seems like it wants to lay that way, so I guess I'll turn it back that way.
Tracy says she's hooked on quilting now.
Yeah, it's very, very, very addicting, guys. Very addicting. All right, so I'm going to put this in the corner like this. Oops, I should tip this down just a little bit for you to see. And last week I probably attached all these differently, but again, there's plenty of ways to do this. So I'm going to put it on one side for starters. Lift that up. I'm using that end that I kept open as my starting point so that I still have 1/4 inch. So I'm going to put it right there, nice and lined up. I'll put my needle in. Right there. And sew on down. Surely. Now for the other side, so I'm just going to fold it again. Going to make sure that everything is out of the way, so I'm not putting a stitch down somewhere it shouldn't be. I have done that before, and it's quite annoying. Oops. Okay, so now that is in with a nice Y seam, and I have one little pucker going on. I don't like these little puckers. If my seams don't match, the puckers bother me. So I'll just pull that little piece out, snip it, put this back on, fold it back, and I'm going to go press this now because now this is 1/4. And then I'll put the other 1/4 together, which would be similar to this. And then I attach them with the Y seams on the this.
I told her to go on YouTube and watch you.
Okay, well,
on this for her. Why, wouldn't that be awesome? She'd come on and see it.
no, not really. I don't really. All right, so I'm gonna put that back
Oh, what,
now
is this a
and grab
surprise
it.
or something? Does she not know?
No, she knows.
Okay, well then, what, you don't want her to see it?
I really don't care.
Oh, well, I thought that
All
would be
right, now I'm
cool,
gonna
so that's
put
why I
these
told her.
two together, same with their piece. So I'm gonna put these two right sides together first, and I can just sew just like this now if I wanted, just in this position, by starting 1/4 inch in, which I have the perfect hole to go into because I have previous stitching on this one. And then nest the seam down here at this end. Nest that middle seam as well. Oops, I gotta chop off a dog ear when I do fold that back. Hold this seam just nested down too. I'm gonna open that up. Now I'm going to attach this piece. Let's see. That is the shinier side. So again, we're gonna start it down here. So I'm gonna fold everything out of the way. I'm gonna line it up. Making sure that that end of my corner setting triangle is at the same exact spot as it would be as if it was the end of the last piece. And put that needle down in there at my 1/4 inch mark.
What's the easiest quilting block to sew? Okay.
4 patches are the easiest.
Tracy says she wants to dive in, wants to know a good one to start with. And then Jada says what's the easiest quilting block to sew. She's intimidated.
Don't be
So she has
intimidated.
1/4 inch seam allowances down.
Okay, then if you got the 1/4 inch seam allowance down, do a bunch of 4 patches, move on from 4 patches to half square triangles.
Well, a lot of them are saying 9 patches.
Yeah, or
So
9 patches, same thing. And then start putting triangles with, 9 patches and so on and so forth. I have quite a few
and Sandy said try the half square
videos.
triangles with squares. Try them out different ways and see which one you like.
I have quite a few videos for first time blocks if you guys want to look at that. It's under my birthday block series, and oh my goodness, this got messed up.
I like it when you mess up. You may not, but I like it so that way they can see how to fix mess ups, because a lot of these people are new and they don't know how to do this, so they're learning.
I have no idea. Oh, it pulled on that. That's why.
No, it's not good to mess up, and you don't want to mess up, but at least they can learn how to fix their mess ups. We're saying rail fence is easy.
Yes, a rail fence is an easy quilt to do. Irish chain is an easy one. That's just 9 patches and solid blocks. Got to pick this out, guys, so that I can fix my Y seam here. What the heck happened? Guess I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what side to start from.
Craig asked for you. Are you from Oklahoma? Is he talking to us? No, we're in Arizona, Craig.
Oh, it's probably a spammer. Is it a spammer?
I
No.
don't know. Craig Turner.
Yes, that's the spammer from the other night, guys.
Oh, I don't know how to do any of
He
that.
kept asking over and over and over again. It was annoying.
Do I hit remove? Report?
No. I don't know why it kept. Yeah, it was from the other night. The same person.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I recognized it because the guy kept asking the same questions over and over. Are you in Oklahoma? What would it matter if I'm in Oklahoma? You guys trying to swat me? I know better. I think I told you about one of my fellow YouTuber friends got swatted the other night.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, somebody calls the cops and says, my husband's trying to kill me, or it's a guy saying, my wife is trying to kill me, and the SWAT team shows up while you're on live stream. But hers didn't show up while it was on live stream. She said, I gotta go, guys. And they come in with guns and arrest people. Not arrest, but get all SWAT team on people. And some of the video, it happens mainly to video gamers, surprisingly. There's videos on there
That's
of
dumb.
it actually being happening. It's called being swatted.
It's dumb.
Teaching Scott
People are
something new,
weird.
guys.
Well, that's stupid. I don't even want to know stuff like that. People are going to be 3 years old. This is childish.
And it's wasting taxpayers' money by
Well,
sending
yes.
SWAT teams to our houses.
It's
So they're
expensive.
actually paying for it if they think about it in one way or another. And
Yes,
they
I
can
used
get
to
caught.
work at the PD here. I know half our SWAT team.
While I'm picking, let me turn the camera back up towards me, guys. I don't even remember. Okay, I'm pulling this side out. Okay. So let's see if I can't do this.
Sandy has to go for 5 fingers. Malone won't mind. I don't know what that is.
No idea either because I'm not reading the comments. I'm seam ripping.
Oh, that's the only thing she said about it.
Oh.
I have no idea.
All right, let's find out why that took a little turn. Looks like I went one further stitch than I should have. All right, let's start over.
I think it really likes this.
Hand him to me.
The cat?
Yes, so he could say hi.
Oh.
All right. Fix that in a second, guys.
Fatso want to be manhandled?
Fatso wants to come up and say hi. Say hi, Toby. Say hi. Say hi.
Well, he's not allowed on quilting projects or anything.
No. I'm a fat cat and I'm getting in the way. I just want to mess in Mama's room, but I'm not allowed.
Yes, we keep him off stuff, and normally he's left out of the room unless he's watched like a hawk.
He's like, what? I'm not allowed up here. Why do you have me up here?
And he knows he's not allowed.
Your breath stinks. Go away. I have to cut his hair soon because he's starting to get too fluffy.
Miss Rodriguez wants to know what you're making. She's late.
I'm making the same stars as last week, just the second set of them. All right, let me lift this up, come down right here. So, no, lift that back up again.
Yes, he is quite beautiful.
He's a snowshoe, for those that are wondering. It's a rare breed that came from Siamese cats. It was, and then they randomly found that if you breed this kind of Siamese cat with this kind of Siamese cat, they come out with white paws. So that's what he is a snowshoe. And mostly in Northern America and Eastern states. So he's like far from where his natural home would be. Being in Arizona makes it kind of hard for him because he's a very furry kitty.
Well, Tiff shaves him down come summer, and she actually has a video on her thing, if you guys want to look it up, of her trimming him down. And he gets what's called a lion cut, and then he's just the strut of the town. He walks around the house and he struts and he knows.
All right.
He shows off.
I can't believe that happened.
You should see him.
Kinda
He's a goofy kitty. He
All right,
loves
let me
it when
press
he
it
gets
and
his
see how
lion
well
cut.
this comes out, because now I have some threads sticking out from picking that. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Tammy's on. She says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Tammy. I'm out of the screen for a second. Okay.
Linda saw when you were trimming him. Hi, Tammy.
Yeah, and I made sure I asked you guys, do you want me to trim him live? Or I mean in a video, and I did. All right, so now I have the 2 pieces. So here's one, and that other one's down there. And I'm going to put them right sides together, and I'm going to start at one side 1/4 inch away from the edge, and I'm going to end at the other side 1/4 inch away from the edge. And I'm also going to nest seams along the way. And I'm not even going to bother pinning because I never pin. I'm a pinless type person. Although I do remember the comment from the trolley the other night. Sure do got a lot of pins in your face. Yep. It's kind of funny. All right, let me trim off some dog ears. As I get to the seams, I'll nest the next one because it doesn't bother me to do it that way. So 1 stitch forward, 1 stitch back. All right, nest these 2. There's a lot of seams that come in the center of 4 or 8 pointed stars. So I just like smush it down. Get to that seam, that's the next one. Ooh, those are
Tammy says the panel
laying.
she mentioned the other day is testing her patience.
That kind of sucks. What are you doing with your panel, Tammy? Are you building around it? Or question mark? All right. Now that those are together, let's
You're
open
having
it
a
up and
problem
look.
finding colors. Tiff is good with mixing colors together and telling what looks
Push
good
it down.
together.
So this is, let me iron it so you guys can see that center. It's not perfect by no means, but if it lays flat, it's good enough for me. Just need it to lay flat. It's not really, it's just going to be a thing on the bed anyway. Oops, where's that? Oh, there's the screen. So you can see some of them are still perfectly pointed. Some of them are not, but then my pieces weren't perfect to begin with because these are just the scraps. All right, now to connect the sides, because now the sides are open. Same exact procedure. I'm just going to grab these. We're going to do the one side. I'm going to stop it right here at the quarter
Oh,
inch.
she's having a problem building it. It was not printed on the fabric straight. That's what I think she's trying to say.
Oh, because you asked how to, yeah, now I remember. You asked how to get it to lay straight and flat. Did you try stretching it and starching it and so on? That usually works for me with panels. I've had quite a few that were very, very wonky. And yeah. Okay, next side. Kind of helps when today's video having all these pieces ready for me. I guess that's what makes all those other companies like Missouri Star Quilt Company and stuff have everything on schedule and on track and shorter videos because everything is already pre-cut. All right, I gotta pull this down underneath so that I don't sew over anything and cause myself a little bunch because I don't want to have to pick it out. Come right up where I need to end. Check that one before I go to the next one. And I still have a pucker. I have no idea why I'm puckering.
Looks like it was sewed.
It's because the pieces weren't completely the same size. This is why. There we go again, Tiffy. I'm having this problem today, guys. Can't get it to.
Tammy said yes, it helped, but every block in the panel needs to be pulled, starched, and ironed.
Oh man.
It's a pain, but Tiffy's been there. She's had many of times where she wanted to actually give up on doing ones.
Especially panels.
She did a Christmas one a while back that tried her patience. Her actual award-winning one that these pillowcases are going.
Oh, she's talking about panels though,
Right.
like I did for
I'm just
your
saying
quilt.
stuff that's tried your patience.
Oh yeah.
Tried
Plenty
your
of
patience.
quilts have tried my patience. Let me tell you.
Yes. Well, she stuck with it though, and in the long run, they're all beautiful. My quilt is my favorite.
I'm seam ripping from the top, guys, if you haven't noticed. Just sliding it through because that's what pretty much Becca and Teresa taught me. And it works so much better.
She says it's a cat etude panel. I don't know.
Cat eye tube. I don't know.
And Jim has to put a zipper in his coat. He hoped he wouldn't need it anymore.
That's one thing I have never done is put a zipper in a coat. I have put zipper on clothing, never in a coat.
You've done it on bags.
I've done it on bags
purses
now,
and
yes.
bag type things.
Took me a while to get that correct too. All right, let's try this again. Somewhere along the way, there's one too many stitches.
Oh, it's a gift for her sister. She's not going to give up. She'll get there.
All right, let's pull that out of the way now. Try this again. Other one better not give me these many problems. Got one left. Set it right there. Line it back up. check it. And there's still, I think it's just the pieces itself, because these are both 1/4 inches. Maybe it's my husband standing next to me.
I'm sorry, I'm looking down here reading the stuff. Do you want me to leave?
No, just
I'm not even
messing
watching
with
what you're
you.
doing. I'm not messing with you in any way. I'm just reading
They're
comments.
completely away from each other. I don't know what the heck happened here. I'm gonna pull this seam now and just redo this one, because it's not going the way I had hoped. So now both sides are being re-sewn.
Jim says quilts made as gifts are the best to work on.
Yep. Of course, I actually like a lot of my customer projects too, because some of them are like, I have a pug one to do. That's why I'm trying to get all these other projects out of the way, because the pug one, it's got a deadline, but I'm pretty quick usually when I do get to do things. And I want to get that one done. I already chose a block to make with it. And now I just need to cut everything out and get it all done.
Oh, here you go. Jaded wants to know if people send you their quilts to finish. Yes.
Yes, people do send me quilts. I don't get as many as I would have hoped, but I do get quilts. If you're willing to pay the shipping to here and from here, then you guys are more than willing to send me quilts. Right now I do not supply batting, so, but yes, I do quilt for other people. And I don't use computerized. It's all just me doing my own thing, which we all love. When I just scribble on a quilt top is what I call it, because that's what it looks like, is me scribbling.
Jaded says you can finish hers if I ever start.
Well, I'm glad you're thinking of me, because I will do it. Okay. And I don't charge much either, unless you want like full-on custom quilt show type quality quilting. Other than that, edge to edge is only 2 cents a square inch.
Which is quite cheap, because
cheap
other
compared
places
to the
in
East Coast
town,
that we found, and cheaper than other places around town.
yeah, other places in town do what, 7 cents or
It's
Look at
2 for computerized, but see, I do all custom, which is
Yeah.
different. So it's
I
the
thought
same
they
as
were
most.
9.
No.
7
That's
or
for
9.
a different kind of quilting, like
Oh.
custom stuff. Okay, let's see again. It's the pieces. It's definitely the pieces. I'm just gonna flatten it out. Is all I'm gonna do.
She says you have to promise not to judge flaws, though.
I don't judge flaws. I'm making my own right here. If you haven't noticed, I just re-sewed that twice, and I still have this pucker that won't go away between the 2 pieces. See? And the Y seam is good itself. It's just this piece right here on that seam. So let me press that one out real quick. And then I put the last one on. When I quilt these things that have my mess ups like this, the quilting part takes away a lot of this, because I can quilt over it and fluff it up and fold it in and so on and so forth.
Teresa says that's a good price, so you're doing good.
Good. Okay, so let me forcefully press this. There we go. Okay. So I just went ahead and forcefully pressed that down, as you can see where my hand is, right there. And now to do the other side. All right, fold this out of the way. This one has a good amount hanging from it. I don't know what happened to the last, but whatever. Just my pieces. All right, fold these now.
They're saying T Quilt's got hers computerized.
Yeah, I know.
I
talk to T guys. I know. I watch and talk to a lot of people. And very, 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 what's the word called? Very social in my YouTube community, if you guys haven't noticed. I spent a lot of time with all sorts of other YouTubers.
We're not big fans of the computerized stuff.
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is, the company I bought my long arm through at SewingMachinesPlus, they called me not yesterday, but the day before, and they have a deal right now on the computerized system for my machine. They're running a special on it. Normally, it's $9,995. Guess what their deal is? $9,795.
Whoa, $200.
Oh my goodness, really? I don't do enough quilts, even my own quilts, that to pay for a computerized system right now. So
yes, Tammy, I believe you there. I've heard from other people all about that.
about what?
She would send you her quilt, but she lives in Canada, and she
Oh,
says
yeah.
the exchange adds up. And I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
I've heard all about that.
Unless you plan on taking a trip and just coming here in person.
Well,
Alright.
when Tiff decided to start
This
selling some of
one
the quilts she
laid
made, we had
nice.
to learn about that and talk about that, because shipping it costs more than the
Alright,
quilt
let me-
alone for some places.
Yeah.
So she did an Etsy site, and
I don't
yes,
do international shipping on
we-
my Etsy.
we had to make sure that there was no international shipping on there.
Which kind of sucks for people, and I know I have followers outside of the US, but when it comes to the big quilts, I just can't afford it. Little things like notions or something, if I do a giveaway, obviously I'll send those anywhere. But big huge things like quilts, I just can't do it. All right, guys, we're gonna turn this camera around so you're not seeing my husband's hairy chest.
She's not seeing me. No one's seeing me.
All right, so here's my finished block that now needs to be trimmed to, I don't even know, because I forgot what I put the other one at.
Well, Kitty says hello to both of us. She watches all the time. And she watches YouTube on her TV and can't comment when she does. But her
Oh,
husband
awesome.
passed away on January 16th.
20 inches. I did this one at
And
20
she likes
inches.
watching
Okay.
you.
So my
Okay.
last one is 20 inches. So now I just need to cut this new one at 20 inches. I'm trying to go by the pillows dimensions, or the case that I have is like a pattern. So I'm going to start with getting out my big huge ruler, and I cut.
Tammy says hi. She's finally here and
This-
wants to thank you for the sweet card. Means a whole lot to her.
Aw, you're
Tammy
welcome.
Shar.
I wasn't sure how long it would take to get there. Okay.
Sorry for your loss, Kitty, but we're glad you like watching. Tiff enjoys doing this.
All right, I'm going to lose some seam allowance here if I keep that nice and straight. My goodness. So I'm going to wonky this block up just a little. I don't think it's going to matter. All right, I have a nice straight edge down there. Turn it around. So I'm just lining it up, as you guys can sort of see. There we go. Now you can see better. I'm lining it up. Now I have a nice straight seam down here at the bottom. So I'm going to use that as my seam.
Yep, we're all about the free motion. We don't do computerized much. Yes, we can't afford it, but even if we could afford it, it's I like the way Tiff does it. I think it's more personal and looks cool. I don't
Gives
think
me
the
a
computer,
chance to be creative, I guess.
I don't think the computer gives that the life that doing it yourself does.
Oh, mine. Let's see. Is this
But
gonna
then
be-
again, I'm an old school person. I don't even like having Facebook on my phone.
Yes, Scott's not up to date with his
Tammy says the card came yesterday and it was awesome. June says she just found out the place she bought hers from is going out of business. Guess she's talking about her long one.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. You know, some places. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust this just a little. I don't want to take off too much, so I'm gonna probably cut 1/8 of an inch away from the other side as well, so that all 4 sides are exactly the same. Let me do this last side right here before I take off that other side, because I need it to be 20 inches. All right, this side's definitely at 20 inches. I don't want to lose my points on my stars, you know. That's why I made such a big piece in the first place. Guess I'm not pushing hard enough right there. All right, and this way was my. Let's turn it around one more time. One up. Oh, he's hiding in my fabric closet.
Yeah.
My kitty is hiding in the closet.
I keep an eye on him when he's in here.
A little bit more off the side. That's what I get for batting up for pillow fluff yesterday. I dulled my blade.
We have more.
Oh, I know. All right, let's make sure this way is 20.
What is it I need to get you? What markers? You need fabric markers.
No, I already got what I needed.
Oh.
And finished.
Oh, I thought you needed fabric markers or something.
I'm turning this around, making sure every side is at 20 inches. And it is. Look at that.
Okay.
Press it real quick, a little bit better. I'm going to take you guys over with that real quick without dropping this darn thing.
Yes, this is still the pillowcase, Tammy. Right?
Yes, I'm still working on the pillow shams. Yes.
And then another Tammy asked, she caught your video the other night and she doesn't know what snagging means.
Snagging. What do you mean? What video? I don't know.
Says, I caught your video the other night and I don't know what snagging means.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what I was talking about. Is it from my Insomniac video?
Oh, she's saying swatting?
Swatting.
Swatting?
Yeah,
Is that
swatting
what she's
was
talking
what happened to another YouTuber, to Yvette, the other day. And now she's afraid to do live streaming. All right.
Oh, we back to talking about the police thing?
Yeah. Swatting is when the police come. Okay, so let me explain this on video in person, face person. Okay. So this is a YouTube thing and we don't know why, but okay, so somebody will be watching the video, one of the however many people that are here, and it's mainly for really large channels. I only have 1,000 people. Nobody really finds me. I mean, and if it happens to me, I'm 100% prepared, you know, because of where we live, we can hear people walking around in the rock in our yard from anywhere in this house. So anyway, swatting is when some strange wannabe whoever is on your channel and somehow they can get your phone number and make it look like their phone number, call 911, say, oh my goodness, my husband is trying to kill me, he has a gun to my head. As soon as they use the word gun, then whatever, and then they know your address because a lot of YouTubers have their address in their description. I don't know if they can from P.O. boxes. I have a P.O. box and I don't think it's possible because I don't even think we filled out an actual address when we filled it out on the paperwork. So they got a phone number for us, but that's it. So then the police say, oh my God, we'll be there right now. And a SWAT team shows up. Go on YouTube after my video. And if you're interested, just type in swattings caught on live stream and you'll get a ton of gamers and it'll show them while they're on the video, police banging on their door and then knocking them to the ground and holding guns to their head and handcuffing them, and very traumatizing, very, very traumatizing. And yeah, so that's when somebody just out there in the random gets your name, address, phone number, calls 911, pretends they're you. But from what I've understand is that the police can trace the original link to phone numbers, even if it's from a computer, because if the IP address is not the same as our IP address, they can trace it back and find that they used one of those fake phone numbers to call, like a phone number creator, because there's tons of phone number creator apps so that you can have a phone with just Wi-Fi. So, I mean, there's a way for these people to get in trouble, but swatting, they think the SWAT people that are doing this think it's super funny for say a SWAT team to just run into the room and start holding guns. They think that it being caught on live stream is the funniest thing. And it's happened to quite a lot of bigger YouTubers, especially gamers. It is very sad for those that it happened to, because I mean, unfortunately the cops are called out for the wrong thing. They are putting guns to people's heads. So, I mean, if there's an old lady person out there that makes cooking videos and she does it live to teach how to cook, and she's like 85 years old, which I've seen on YouTube, and swatters come in on her, that's going to give her a heart attack and kill her. It's just that horrible for some people. Some other people like us, I mean, we can hear when we live on a quiet street in a quiet neighborhood, we can tell when something's not right outside. We can hear cars pulling up, blah, 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 blah. We even hear all the neighbors' cars when they get home.
Plus, that's why we did a P.O. box, so we don't have crazy people stalking us
plus
or
I
something.
had the P.O. box because, like I told you, when I first started my YouTube channel, I was getting messages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, which those have all been deleted since then. But I was getting messages that were of, you know, not so nice messages that contain bodily part pictures. Not something I need to see. And you know, at first it was kind of funny. Scott understood, but after a while it gets annoying. So I just went with a P.O. box so that no random freak out there comes showing up at my house. Like, that would be so messed up. So there are stalkers out there, people. There are stalkers, especially for us that put themselves out there on YouTube for the world to see. I am not a private channel. I am a very public channel. And I just enjoy what I'm doing. So hopefully nobody starts drama and begins stupid stuff with me. So that's what swatting is. It's something that it's very traumatizing for a lot of people. And, you know, I live in a state where guns are allowed, so it'd probably be even worse in my house because guns are allowed. But yeah, they would be searching your house up and down to make sure that there is nothing wrong, but they would come while I'm on a live stream and see this going on. It would be really awkward for them to keep holding their guns up when they realize something like this. I don't know, especially at night when I do my insomniac videos. So anyway, that's what it is. Let's see. CD saying no groups over 50 is recommended. Oh, sorry for spelling. Next 6 weeks. There goes. Okay. Thanks, girl. He had to mention the money with recommended consolidation. He's not suffering anymore. I'm just kind of reading.
I mentioned everything.
Okay. Awesome. Yes, it was around last year. I was actually watching a live YouTube last year, and probably like February or March, and the guy that was talking got swatted, and it was like his whole throat jumped out. He couldn't talk to the police or nothing. He's like, I'm trying to do my life. This is horrible. Freaking out. He was probably, I don't know, in his 60s. He does YouTube videos. He's a crafting person. He does crafts. And yeah, I think he was teaching a paper thing or something. I don't know. But since then, I've never seen the guy on live stream since. So, and it's been a whole year. But it's pretty sad when it happens, that's for sure. All right, guys. So here's one piece. I'm going to go around it. Here, I'll get the pillowcase and show you how this is going to work. I got to find that white on white. I don't know what I do with it. So pretend this is what I'm doing, because this is the size I need. This part, okay, hold on. Let me explain this. See how this is sewn all the way around this? Because it's extra. Here's how this is going. So it has like a lip. The pillow goes in this part like this. It's just envelope style, but there's a lip around this one. So I have to create this to where the lip closes on the outer fabric that I choose. So this will be before the lip. It'll end up center like so. I hope I'm holding this up enough. So to end up right in that spot, that's why I went with 20 inches. Okay. So this will be right there. Then I will have white on both sides, the white on both sides, and then white all the way around it.
You want me to help hold this side?
Yeah, and then it'll have white all the way around it. So just imagine that, the white. So that way I have my separation stitch. They'll still be quilting. Oh, well, I dropped it anyway. There will still be quilting on it. I will be quilting it the same as I quilted their quilt.
They're all loving it.
And
they like the blues. They say that they're jealous. And one says awesome block.
So she originally, when we talked about it, wanted 3 blocks or 3 star blocks across it, across the pillowcase. But when I was like imagining it, and then I opened up the scraps, I was like, oh yeah, this is not going to work. There was plenty of scraps for it, but most of them were sewn together, and I didn't want to pick apart every single seam. That would have just made this more work. And then when I was looking at it, I was thinking, you know, it needs to be such big amount that 3 stars would have had to be tall and skinny, and they would have each needed borders, and they would have each needed this. So I just decided to go with the center star thing, because their big Mariner star quilt that I did has this around it, and around the center is this color in the whole entire thing, and then white surrounds that. So that is why I just went with the one big star for each pillow, quilt them exactly the same as I did the quilt, with the same, you know, fillers and so on and so forth in all these sections, and then go from there. And then the rest of it's just a pillowcase. So I would just quilt it on the frame. The back on the back that I use on the frame is just going to be the cruddy kind that goes inside of a pillow. So it doesn't really matter, but I need backing on the long arm. I will quilt these and then bring them inside, trim, you know, trim them down to where they're exactly the way they'll need. I'll make them just a tad bit bigger, trim them down so that they're both the size of that pillowcase plus an inch, because those are pretty big seams. And then I'll put it right sides together with what's going to be the part that the pockets, you know, the slip pocket part goes in, and then get that done. So, and there goes my daughter she's trying to knock me off live stream all day with calling me. So that's how that will go, and it'll sit just right. And then I'll sew the lip around it, which will seal it in just a little bit more, but it'll only be sewing around the white area, so it shouldn't be too hard. And then it'll be just like any other pillow sham. So, except for heavily quilted, because their quilt is heavily quilted. So, all right.
Okay, Miss Rodriguez is adding a sashing on her quilt, and it keeps raveling. Do you know why that is?
The sashing is raveling. It's just the fabric, probably. And like I think I said that last time, they could be your presser, the cheaper the fabric, and or something's grabbing onto it at the machine, or the feed dogs pulling it more for raveling, because like batiks don't really shred very much, but other fabrics do. And I'm trying to see if any of these are. So there's some on the back. You can see there's some raveling in some of these fabrics, but they are all different fabric lines to start with. So especially this one. This one's probably the most of all of them that's unraveling. It's this one with the seashells on it. So I mean, they're all different fabric lines. They all shred and ravel, and I just kind of work with it still, or I don't know how else to do it, especially if it starts tearing the fabric. I don't know how to fix that besides using a whole new piece, unfortunately. I hope that helps. What else?
It does it bad, and after I cut it too.
Interesting. To using pinked edges, like
Linda says try
they
putting
make the
fray
pinked
check
one
on
of
it.
these. Oh, a fray check on a whole entire project. That's got to be a lot on sashing. That's a lot of fray check. I would just get one of those pinked blades that go on any one of these, and or pinking shear scissors, but that's a lot of cutting for pinking shears.
Like Diana's saying, try pinking the edges.
Yeah, that would be a lot of for this, it would be a lot easier to cut your strips using a pinked blade. I don't have one, but I'm going to assume that it's going to be a lot easier than using a pair of scissors and actually scissor cutting with pinking shears on a whole entire
Yeah, she says
amount.
She's thought about the fray check, but it's the whole quilt.
Yeah, I don't know if it's only happening and it's all folded in. I would say once it's quilted, it shouldn't happen no more. You know what I mean? Once it's all quilted down, especially if you're stitching your like echo ditch quilting, where you quilt like away from the ditch but not in the ditch, either a 1/4 inch away or an 1/8 of an inch away, just to echo the ditch, and or away from the seam when you're quilting it. That's your fray check on its own once it's quilted. If your seams from your sashing are all pressed out, it'll be holding it down. If they're all pressed in and you're quilting on this side, it will hold it down, because on the inside of the quilt, if I'm stitching say on this side right here, I'm not grabbing any seam. if I'm stitching on that side, I will grab a seam, and what's going to happen is now it will not unravel beyond where my stitching ends when it's sandwiched in. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever going to see the inside of the quilt. The only thing that it does make a mess with is sometimes when it shreds or unravels like that, if it gets under areas of white fabric, like say you had white here and a black here, and the black is unraveling or fraying, it will show underneath the white. I've quilted it in a few times, and I got to that area and go, I wish I didn't baste this, because I could see the black pieces. And starch will help. Yes, starch can help.
She still needs to add 3 more rows, she says.
Yeah, I would say starch it and see what happens.
Does she belong to your Facebook thing?
Yeah, she's in my Facebook.
You can send her pictures. It's hard to describe without pictures.
Yeah.
Tiff's like me, we're visual.
I'm visual, so if you send me some pictures, I know you have a picture that you said you sent me earlier anyway in Messenger, so I check my Messenger. You can just send it to me in a Messenger, picture of the unraveling. Yeah, I would just say starch them and check the way you're sewing with your sewing foot. When I use this foot on my machine, I don't have unraveling problems, you know, but when I use this foot that has this thingy right here, this little lip, it always seems to catch the fabric under this piece, and it'll start unraveling it and or shredding it. And I'm not even, you know what I mean? I'm not even using, some of the fabrics are amazing fabrics that you would buy at a quilt store, and they do it because it hits that piece and it gets stuck under there. And it's just, yeah. And if I lessen my foot pressure gauge, then it doesn't seem to want to sew right with that piece. So I have it like at a specific amount. It doesn't shred or unravel too much. It's still good. So I'm trying to keep it right.
She says she thought it was because she bought fabric at Walmart and it's 100% cotton. That's what we always use.
That's what I always use. And the only one that I have a lot of, no, I wouldn't say a lot, but I have the most problem with shredding is white fabric. Unfortunately, I think, and it's not just the Walmart brand. I've had it. I just used that Moda or the Kona cotton. I just used Kona cotton on scraps, and it was unraveling. So it's just the. Does
she cut the stretchy side of fabric or not? She doesn't know if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You mean cutting on the bias? If you're cutting your strips, here, we're gonna use an example here of fabric. Let me get an example for you guys real quick.
And Teresa says Kona is really bad.
All right.
Before you get too far, when do you plan on quilting the quilt you put on the long arm?
Tomorrow. Okay, so here is your yardage, right? Pretend.
So sometime tomorrow, Kitty. We don't have
sometime
time.
Tomorrow. I don't have a time tomorrow. There's no girls, so I have plenty of time to mess around. But I have things I do need to get done, doctors and people and things to go.
Stores.
Monday is our day when there's no kids to actually get shopping done. So anyway.
Yeah. Little girl's gonna be 3.
Here is your yardage.
So we gotta get her something.
Okay. The best thing I can tell you when you are cutting from yardage, and this is for anybody that's a beginner, your yardage comes like this. By the time you get it home, it's all folded up into some folded up area, you know. Let me pull a little bit extra more off for this. So by the time you get your yardage home, it's all folded and blah, blah, blah. Open everything back up to where you have that fold at the top. See, it's folded at the top. And your selvages meet at the bottom, both sides, okay? So once you have it like that, make sure everything's nice, you know, get your wrinkles out, press it on the ironing board. And then when you lay it out, let's see if I can't do this. Tip the camera down just a little. When you go to cut that said fabric, after everything's nice and pressed, cut this way for your strips from selvage to fold. When you're cutting your strips for putting in sashing and borders and stuff. Now, there are people that put borders on from, you know, the cut side all the way along the actual length of yardage that you get. So if you get 2 yards, there are people that cut the 2 yards out of their borders this way. I always just cut sashing and everything from selvage to selvage, fold to fold like this. So I cut all my pieces in this direction for all that. Now, the bias is if you were cutting from this right here up to this right here, not even this side, to this side, because then you're cutting on the bias, which, let me throw that down on the ground,
cutting at an angle.
cutting at an angle. What's going to happen is, we're going to open this up. You're going to go start sewing, and we're at an angle. You're going to have stretching. You're going to have unraveling. You're going to have all sorts of problems. So I would suggest when you get your yardage from the store and you go to cut everything and it's all nice and pressed, that you cut where the selvages are touching and the fold is at the top from here to here, just like they cut it off the bolt. Because if you start cutting at any other angle, you're going to be stretching, pulling, and having issues with all of your strips, you know, because this way does not stretch. I mean, it has a little bit of stretch, but this way has lots of stretch. So definitely make your strips this way and not that way from your yardage. You can also go this way because that is also where there is grain. So you're not going to stretch this way either. It's nice and tight. A lot of quilters actually use it. So they'll buy 4 yards so they can, or 3 yards so they can have 108 inches for their border just from cutting it this way, you know, along the selvage like this. So cut this way or cut this way if you needed, but don't cut this way unless it's building blocks and so on and so forth, because all that pulling and tugging is going to be yanking under your presser foot and the feed dogs, and then you're going to start unraveling the fabric, and start going to just go crazy. And most fabric does unravel. See, if I pull on it, this is a Hobby Lobby fabric right here, and you can see I'm pulling on it just like this. It's just my finger, and it'll come undone about that much. See, it shouldn't be horrible. If you have more than that, then something is wrong with your fabric and or your machine, because it shouldn't go more than that.
She says, okay, thank you, and got it.
All
and
right.
Dama Janet says with the Kona, you have to starch before cutting.
Yeah. I kind of figured my problem was something with that because it was doing the same stuff, same thing as my Walmart fabric, and it was quite annoying. And I don't usually buy Kona cotton. They have the same thing as Walmart. They have, I mean, Kona cotton has a lot more colors, and we have had to get it a few times for the color, but Walmart has like what, 75, 80 different colors, probably even more. They have a lot. So, all right, let's throw that over here. Okay, guys. Anybody else have any other questions, concerns that you want to ask me while I'm here? And I probably missed a lot of names, and I'm sorry for that, guys.
Anita's saying hi to everyone.
I hope you guys all liked my eyebrow video. I have something even funner coming up soon. It will upload tonight. Who knows what time it'll be on. Just some little side videos. You know, I got to be creative and express myself. I am not a fan of Kona solids. Yeah, some people are, some people aren't. I don't know. You know, in reality, when I first started quilting, all I did was use muslin for white. I just went out and bought bleached muslin, and then when I wanted an off-white, I would buy unbleached muslin, because I mean the length of the fabric is not as long. You know what I mean? So instead of having 44 inches, you only have 38 inches. You know, to work with, so it doesn't reach the full length of, like, say a jelly roll strip. But for some strange reason,
Linda says your eyebrow
muslin
video made her day.
Muslin, for some strange reason, it presses just like a batik. So it presses nicely, it folds nicely, it creases nicely, it sews nicely. I used to use that in the beginning for all of my quilts that needed white or off-white, but you know, I kind of do a lot more black and darker colors. But yeah, I used muslin a lot when I first started because I didn't care, you know, and it's cheap. You can get it for $1.97 or cheaper by the yard. So just depends on where you buy it from. Anyway, I don't have time to watch that yet. Thank you for the reminder, Teresa. I'm going to get going here, guys. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday here with me. You got to see me twice today. I'm going to go eat and hang out and watch a movie with Scott and do what we do on Sundays, which is eat, junk food and watch movies. Except I actually need to eat real food.
Yeah, it's already after.
Yeah.
It's almost 8 o'clock. We guys.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's time for real food. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. Learned so much from you. I didn't even know Walmart has. Oh yeah, online. Walmart in store carries. We'll just get off topic for a second. Walmart in store carries at least 50 different colors, at least where we live. They're usually fully stocked with their colors in store, but online they have many more colors to choose from. So many, sometimes it takes us forever to find that right color. The only thing about buying solids online, this is the only thing that we don't like about buying solids online, any solids from any company, is the screen from our phones, computers, laptops, tablets does not match always the color we're trying to match, because either the brightness is different or the HD quality is different. So that's the only thing I would say, take your chance. If it looks similar and it looks kind of right, but you're not sure, buy a yard of it. Who cares? You know what I mean? You're going to use it anyway. And if it doesn't work out, buy a different one. You know what I mean? But that's our only problem that we run into, is I have a hard time seeing, and when the color gets to us, it's a lot different than what it was on the screen. But I've still matched those ones that didn't match. I still match those with other things, and I have made beautiful quilts from it. So that would be the only thing about buying any fabric online, really. But solids are the worst because the screen quality is just not the greatest. So all right, guys. Well, I helped you somehow, some way today. And if you wanted to learn a little bit more on 1/4 inch or Y seams, go over to last week's Sew Sunday. They're all in one album together. And yeah, I show a little bit more on last week's than this week, but they're the same thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time I'm on, whatever that is. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye, guys.